Oh yeah, we back with another episode of The Twisted Tea, where we come to bring you the news with a twist. And today, oh, you know I'm gonna hit that button and share the screen shortly. But things ain't looking good. Lil Durk got swooped up by the feds, and you know what? He knew they was coming, and guess what? He said it in a song earlier this year. I'm gonna bring it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Um, in other news, my cat passed away. I know. Thank you. Sorry. Had to let y'all know. Things ain't so cheery today. Little old kitty. Um, I gotta figure out what to do with that, by the way. Um, we also yesterday's live stream cut out, right? So I wasn't able to show you basically or talk about what 50 Cent had said to whom he said it to with Drake, right? 50 Cent coming at Drake, or was he coming at Drake? We'll get into it. And we're gonna go through a rundown of that TMZ so that you can see what's going on TMZ today. Diddy is always in the news, so that's not gonna change. But I want to say I saw somebody else other than Little Durk. Oh, mind blowing. Yep, that's right. Disney. Okay. Disney just got hit up, and some people in Disney got hit with some SA charges too. And we're going to run through that article once I get it up. All right. So let's dive right in. And give me that second. You know what we're going to do? We're going to hit the buttons on. Sometimes the stream, I'm getting down some of this other stuff for you all, but sometimes they work the way Ian said. I hope it loaded for you. Okay. On TMZ, Charlemagne, boom, boom. We'll come back to that. But for right now, the very thing. Oh, and how could I forget Logan Paul and their Candy Crunch? Okay, we're going to get into and their food, as they was mentioned to have spoiled mozzarella when trying out different their venture, Mr. Beast. Now, they got the candy bars. You ain't gonna lie, I tried one of the candy bars from Mr. Beast, and they weren't bad at all. But I didn't try no Lunchables. I'm a little scared of that, and I ain't even gonna lie. Anything with Paul, like this Prime, you all know they had problems with that Prime, and they was taking that thing off the shelves to fix this and fix that. It ain't for me. All right. Oh wow, interesting. So, okay, since this is big, Lil Durk is hitting the media for getting arrested. All right. Apparently, Lil Durk was busted in Broward County in a murder for hire plot. Lil Durk and them OTF boys, they've been doing dirt for a while. I will say it doesn't come as a surprise because, like I said earlier in the year, and I can't find the interview, but the minute I find it, I got to go back because I know I sent it to somebody. And the minute I find that interview, I'm going to link it for you all to see it. But there was a guy, and he basically was saying how Little Durk, when he made his contract with the industry, I know some of y'all believe in it happening, some of you believe in it not happening, right? But when Lil Durk made his industry contract, he basically picked jail as his means for his sacrifice, in a sense. I mean, let's be honest, he lost his brother a couple years ago. We watched. Yep. So Lil Durk's money has hit pretty crazy levels as a Chicago rapper, right? As we know, he's probably one of the most prominent Chicago rappers coming out and pushing that series of drill music and pushing that stuff. But you see, for those who missed it as of late, Lil Durk's albums haven't, like, they push it, but they haven't pushed it, that narrative as much, right? Whereas he's came out with more songs on the Conscious Spectrum, all right? That song that he did with J. Cole, is the one that I'm really referring to, because in that song, if you were to go through and look at and listen to his lyrics in the song, he mentions how basically mentioning that he gonna wind up dead or in jail. So let me see if I can find the lyrics to that song for you real quick, and I'll pull them up to see what I'm talking about. Lyrics to J. Cole and who are we looking for? Young Durk, Lil Durk song. Lil Durk. Okay, let me see. You know, All My Life, right? All right, so with that, let me see. Let me get you onto those, right? Y'all know. Let's see. So get you to the lyrics, but let's read the article. Lil Durk was taken into custody today. Well, was taken into custody by U.S. Marshals and booked in Broward County Jail on Thursday night. Authorities have yet to release details on their arrest. However, Durk's lawyers, Brian and Alec, confirmed the hip hop star was busted by the marshals, adding that he will have his first appearance in federal court today. Now, I will say this. Okay? What happens is they said that he sent out them shooters and that they was able to tie back some finances that came from OTF, Durk's label, to some of the people that was trying to hit up Quando Rondo and his boys out in LA. Now, it's a dirty game out in LA. And as we know that they coming from Chirac, it's a dirtier game. They could care less, right? They figure we shoot them up, we go home, whatever. So plane tickets were purchased, car rentals, guns. They're finding the receipts for these things. And, I think that was stupid on his part. Durk, that was stupid on your part, right? Durk, stupid. Okay. Especially if you did all of this with the company accounts, right? Because what are they going to charge you with, Rico? Hello. Young Thug, Diddy, Durk. Now, basically, Thursday night with the slaying. So what ended up happening was they came after Quando Rondo and they let off, right? And the people who let off on Quando Rondo allegedly connected to Lil Durk, ended up killing Quando Rondo's cousin in the car or killing somebody at the time. So they're going to connect that with this, right? Durk's lawyers in federal court on Monday. See, it all really, as we know, King Von had he was basically killed. Killed King Von. He's still out doing his thing because he got away with that offense. So that was a little interesting. As you can see, this is like the whole street thing that went on. We reported Thursday that the feds busted 5 OTF members in connection of an August shooting, right? With Rondo's cousin. All of them have been charged in the federal indictment with conspiracy to commit murder for hire. The feds say that the crime continued with King Von's death in Atlanta from 4 years ago. That's right. 2020, King Von was shot outside by Quando's associate, Lil Tim. Tim's still out there. Okay, looking like a little crackhead, but he out there. Tim was initially charged with murder, but the case was later dismissed. Quando. Right? Warning, graphic. See, they start the banger, and then that stuff happens, right? And then he's down. They out there with the, look, you can see they out there with the scuffles. what ends up happening is if I leave it up or I play through it for real, you already know TMZ is gonna hit. I mean, not TMZ. YouTube will end up hitting us with something and trying not to let y'all see. Therefore, y'all get a little preview. But what's going on through Lil Durk stems from this Quando Rondo. All right, because Lil Tim, Big Tim, La Tim was in that altercation that day, killing, King Von, who was signed and was about to be glorified prominent moneymaker as well as goon for Durk. Now, I did see, so hold on, let me see something. I did see, 1 second. I saw that the, come on, man. Here, let me see if I can find it under Hippie. Some of the people that was snatched up in this. Yeah, Jadakiss is on the school bus chilling. All right, let's see. Let's go through this. Quando Rondo, alleged members of Lil Durk's OTF indicted for murder of Quando's cousin, getting back for King Von. All right. Fed agents swooped in, arresting 5 men in connection with that 2022 shooting in LA. So I want to know why they ain't brought back to, LA, but whatever. Now, they're being charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire. Let's see what's going on out here.
Beverly and Los Angeles at the mobile. I don't
know. Hey. Trying to get that statement.
What was that? I know.
So, rumor has it that Quando Rondo is doing a little bit of time right now. And, Quando Rondo could be doing a lot of talking. Just saying. Okay? I don't know it for sure, but where did it, if they started to tie, let me ask you something, right? If this took place in Chicago, right, no one would have cared. And I know it's sad to say. Okay? But considering how it happened in LA and they're part of certain things in the industry, I really do think that it was the plan all along and it was all set in place, to keep the money, get the stuff going. So prosecutors announced that Kayvon London Grant, aka Vonnie, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, aka DD, Keith Jones, aka Flocka, and David Bryan Lindsay, aka Brown Eyes, and Boogie Asa Houston are all being charged with this. He basically flew them out, got them in the rentals, let them go do their dirt. All right. Durk isn't a defendant here, but he has been vigorously fighting the label that OTF is a gang in a separate case involving slaying rivals. So it's messy because we know that, they always been yelling about the gangs and the gangs. In this case, for us to get to this point, man, and they know, right? They know that they gonna be part of they know they're part of the gang and stuff, right? They know. They already know. So there's no way for them to be like, nah, they not a gang. Okay? They always been saying it. This is nothing new. So look you got these cats over here. Look, out filmed. Everything on LA, man. LA is a camera. LA is a walking camera. All right? Feds claim that Grant flew himself on a private jet from Miami to Cali to oversee the deadly operation and secure hotel rooms and other necessary tools to carry out the hit. So I guess they're assuming that this must have been one. These must have been a couple of them that were following the car. The feds claim that Grant helped procure cars, ski masks, firearms, and plans. Why wouldn't they send like his cousin's cousin to do that? Prosecutors believe Quando was the intended target. Yeah, we all know that. Then was sitting in the vehicle. The bullets wound up rippling through his cousin instead. A distraught Quando struggled to speak with investigators on the scene. The Chicago group flew out the next day. We're told Houston and Jones were scheduled for hearings in Chicago on Monday. Others their rights for hearings in Chicago and will be sent to Los Angeles. Durk and Quando cooled off the back and forth exchanges shortly after they resumed their rap careers. They both have albums dropping November. Wow. What a way for the create the buzz, huh? So these two both have labels, both have music dropping. This is getting wild. We're about to watch several cases take. Yeah. Look at them. Okay, we're about to watch several cases take place. Let me take you to these lyrics because I want y'all to see how Lil Durk had already basically been telling everybody what's going on. So give me 1 second. Y'all know this stuff be acting funny from time to time. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Let me get you back on there. All right. Let's share that up. Okay. Let's close that up. Now, it says, again, this was that song All My Life, right? Now, we know that in Lil Durk's music, he does a lot of talking about death, killing, and all that other stuff. But if you were to look at his, like him and the baby did their thing, and they were supposed to be the voices of the streets, right? So when they were doing that and they were supposed to be the voices of the streets, in a sense, he's looking to promote and push more positive music, okay? That don't fly. Look at this. It's kind of hard to push positivity dressed like this. That don't fly. Now, okay? Girl told me J. Cole intro. Drico told me to be on some positive-ish. Yeah. Lately, I've been wanting to show up and body some ish. Yeah. Always been like a little mathematician, but lately I'm getting cash and, all my life. Losing these days and moving fast, hard times. Chorus comes in. Chorus and Lil Durk. All my life. Yup. They've been trying to keep me down all my life. They couldn't break me. No. He going to be singing this one again. All my life. They've been trying to keep me down. Now, Lil Durk's verse. Okay. I decided I had to finish. Right? But the media called me a menace. So, the media called him a menace. I decided I had to finish. He must be talking about the street stuff. What else is he talking about? You know what I mean? Okay. The media called me a menace. I done sat down with the mayors and politicians. I'm trying to change the image. Like I said, he's trying to change the image. All right. It's not working because they won't allow that. The minute he decides that he wants to sit down and stop doing what he was told to do, And because look at it like this, right? When he was younger, all of that's cool. As you get older, you start realizing that all of that is bleep stuff, like all lightly put fuck shit. Okay? All of that is fuck shit as you start to get older and you go, oh man, this is a bunch of bullshit. Truthfully, like I'm not, I want to help out the youth. I want to help this. I want to help that. And if I'm teaching them this and they hear me talking about that, it doesn't do them justice, right? So Lil Durk was trying to do some justice here. Now, got me losing counts on these bags. Lately it's cash I'm getting. Got me losing count of these bags. I've been moving too fast. Hard times don't last. Remember when the cops harass? Take out my ass, boy. Talking out my ass, boy. You a blank, but a blank with a badge. So, um, yeah, I done sat down with the mayors and the politicians. You came in class. I come from the trenches. Some said I would never be a superstar, but now, call me a menace. I done sat with the mayors, politicians, and tried to change the image. You can't blame me. You can't blame me. Blame my past no more. I come from the trenches. Some said I'd never be a superstar. I know I'm different. No, no, no. I'm the voice, but the system doesn't give us a choice. Now, some people, it's still unemployed. I know I'm a felon who's trying to get FOID. Child support's your only support. For a man, he know a lot of felons. For a visit, I'm going through courts, went to jail. They was chaining me up. He on his way back. And now I know I'm famous as bleep. See how going joke about stimulus question mark, but they really had a chance. They really had to come through the clutch. I know some kids want to hurt themselves. Stop trying to take drugs. I refer to myself trying to be better for my health. Okay? So, yeah, with that, as you can see, Dirk and the words that he's using and his choice of words inside of this song, I think play a part in what we're seeing because I believe that he, in a sense, was trying to change his life, right? Like, all right, he wasn't trying to change it crazy, but he was definitely trying to do more, which is why he mentions that he was sitting down with the politicians and sitting down with the other people to help create that change. All right. And with that, when you create that change, like I know they don't want that. Um, now, like I said, that ain't something they could camp for. Um, the other thing that we was gonna get into, hey, look, whether or not Lil Durk gets, damn, Young Thug don't put on weight inside there. That boy eating good. You seen him before he went to jail. Boy was a toothpick and a dress. Now, man, look, he loves him some Mariah. Sex Records is good, and they let him wear that to court. Y'all ain't questioning it. Anyways, let's see. I don't know. It was like something for Sweetie. All right. That being said, now. Oh wow. So for those who don't know, Sharif Abdul Rahim was a beast. That boy was a ball player. Sharif came out, yeah. So They didn't really mess with this man too much because he didn't do what he was told. And I know some of y'all do and don't understand that, but um, his current G League president said, yeah. All right. I know we briefly touched on this, but so let's see. You got these knuckleheads getting in trouble with the FDA, and their product is under review, which doesn't surprise me because, like I said, this man's prime product has been under review for a while, and they found a bunch some stuff inside there it wasn't supposed to be. So these people right here moving into this space, I find to be interesting. I get that they're trying to make more money. I just find it to be interesting that you would move into these spaces. And let's be honest, they targeting the kids. Is their food healthy? I have no idea. I got to look at the ingredients to figure that part out. I'm pretty sure, excuse me, it's just as bad as some of the other mess that's out there. So save yourself. Pete Davidson, a rare outing after a mental health treatment. Out with the ink. Yeah, that boy is definitely the ink. He's covered up. I'll be honest with you. Sneaky Pete, keep his ass in the house. World Series. Here's how the World Series is gonna go. Take my advice if you want. Don't take it if you don't want. 4-2, LA. Do what you want with that information. Come back. Remember, you heard it here. Dikembe Mutombo. Did y'all see Dikembe Mutombo? He was honored at the game for the Nuggets. The Nuggets didn't do a great job honoring him because they got their ass beat. Okay, they got their ass beat. So they damn sure didn't do a good job acknowledging Dikembe Mutombo in his honoring ceremony. Yeah, he was drafted by the Nuggets. Yeah, he played. Everybody remember Dikembe for no, right? In Atlanta. Don't nobody remember Dikembe on the Nuggets. Let's just keep that moving. Her husband, the GOAT, joined her on a thing. Yeah, she married to a football player. He basically was saying that mold concern for their food is not a concern, even though it's probably a concern, and that people were using that for clicks and likes. I do think that this is a click and like bait right there, and that is very possible that they use that as well for that click and like. What is this? Okay, best in the North, boy. The Lions have been balling. I ain't even gonna get into it, but they've been balling. Now, Josh Reynolds, okay, wide receiver for the Broncos currently, was injured during a shooting in Denver. And when I say a shooting, I mean he got shot in the head. All right, let's not even sugarcoat it. This man got shot in the head, rushed to the hospital, okay? And they say they didn't reveal any further details, but I read he got shot in the head. All right, let me see something. Where my phone at? Because this isn't giving us all the stuff we looking for on there. They gave us some little half a dilla, okay? All right, let me see if I find it up here. Hold up, we almost there. All my life. Whoa. That's nuts. For those who don't know, digital condoms now exist, and creators say that they are easy. They're as easy as real condoms. It's a digital condom. I don't know how the fuck that works. Let's see. If you can't stand to ward off STDs, but want to be safeguarded, protect hanky pank truly now. The thing is, from the past, it's a new anti-revenge porn app. Camdom is your digital calm down, blocking everyone from taking pictures, filming, or recording audio without your consent. Wow. Raved master behind Billy Boy's German condom company of their last advertisement. All you'll need to do is open it before having sex, and your content, well, and to protect your digital intimacy. Experts adding safe software isn't hard, but instead is as easy as using a real condom. I mean, maybe you should stop filming it. I don't know. That might be like A-list celebrities like Kardashians, acclaimed to everyday locals like Kearney Professor, seeing $30 million from her ex blasted sneaks to attempts to slap buzzy sounds around notifying beach sounds. Hold up. A-listers. Sorry, I'm trying to get that out there for y'all. You know, the A-listers. Um, it says that the Kardashians, it came to everyday locals. $30 million from her ex who blasted her nudes online. So this little app, in a sense, will help you stop blasting nudes online. But realistically, if you were just to, well, not film yourself having sex or do it on an old camera, you might not have that problem with the new life of your products going everywhere. That's just my advice to you. I suggest you take it. And if you like to film and have sex like Anthony Edwards does, because that man has what, 3 baby mamas right now or 3 different kids? Let me look that up for you, all right? Anthony Edwards. And let's check out his sex life, because he just had a fraternity suit with somebody else. Kids. Right now, Anthony Edwards is about to work his way to being Tyreek Hill. All right? Look, he about to work his way up to be like Tyreek Hill and have a whole lot of kids. I mean, he definitely got the money for it at this point, so he'll be all right. He'll be able to afford the kids, It's just a matter of everything else that goes on with it. You're going to be able to keep up with all of these baby mamas, especially now considering how he just has some fraternity drama. All right, I found something on it. Let me take you to it. Let's get you to that right there. Let me see what I got. Rocky, this is gonna pop out 1 second. He got shot, bro. I'm gonna come back to that in 1 second, but he definitely got shot. And 2 other people were in the car with him when the shooting took place. So, and from what they said, they were leaving the nightclub, right? They said they were leaving the nightclub, and that's kind of how they got shot. But we're gonna get back into that. So we're going to break down this fraternity suit with the drama of Anthony Edwards. Like I said, he's slinging that thing, okay? Can't keep them females off. So his recent fraternity drama was with Aisha Howard, whom, if I'm not mistaken, she was involved with one of them rappers, Lil Baby, prior to this. Right? So they playing past the hose around here, okay? And ain't nothing wrong with it, right? You play past the hose, you play past the hose. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So that's what he's been doing. They've been playing past the hose, and now he's messing with her. So hold on, it's gonna load up. Now, the docs, basically he was dating girlfriend. Oh, come on with the mess, you guys. Give it a second. It did say it wasn't trying to get up. So rumors he got a daughter with this lady right here. She thick. I get it. Edwards reportedly became a parent for the first time with that lady right there. 23. So here we are. We're about a year later. Wait a minute. That means he done popped out a few. He also got a rumored son with Ali D. Anthony is out with my baby on the way. That's what she tweeted. And prepares in March, prepared to give birth. Paternity lawsuit with this one. And look, you see, she ready to pop. She put up them pictures. She's like, we about to pop that. and I'm about to get the money. So 1 month before Howard, who was also the mother of son Jason. Yeah, so he's the son of she got a kid with Lil Baby. Gave birth gave birth to his daughter Edwards, and then they filed a fraternity suit. In the docs, Edward requested to see that if he had did that, if he actually left that nut in there. The test confirms Edward is the father. He requested what? The test confirms you are the father. Thank you, Murray. He requested an order established the baby's paternity and child support. He has not publicly Howard has not publicly disclosed this information. Yeah, so 1, 2. She the same one? Nope. A 3. Shannon Jackson. And 4. Right now, all got things going on with this man from slanging that thing. All right. That man will also be playing ball probably tomorrow night. Wait, you might play tonight. No, I think he played last night. So he'll be playing ball tomorrow night. Where he ain't going to be able to stop playing ball because guess what? He got to pay for these kids. So, Anthony Edwards, my advice to you is keep it together. Okay? Stop slanging that thing and dropping it on these hoes because what's going to end up happening is, well, you're going to have more suits. And later on down the line, you're going to have more shit to deal with. Now, let's get you all back. Let's get back on the TMZ and see what they kicking for us and see what's going on. Let's get you off of that page. Y'all know this thing's going to take a second. 30 seconds. Okay, let's get you back on here. And bang. Now, boom. All right. So, in case y'all missed it, we did a little bit of chatting about Durk. And unfortunately, he about to go through his own mess of crap. Let's see what was going on here. You see, for those who don't know, Charlemagne, he's been really big about this political stuff. He even sat down the other day with Diddy. Well, he sat down 3 years ago with Diddy about politics, right? And for those of you who don't know what was going on when he sat down with them about those politics, well, Diddy had a lot to say, all right, about it. So Charlemagne also, well, he's had a lot to say about the culture and some of the other stuff going on. So let's see.
I think that her saying that she believes Donald Trump is a fascist got a lot of headlines because it was the first time she said it. She's been going on for days saying Mark Milley said he's a fascist. This person said this. You raised the question of authenticity in your interview with her. And that was an authentic moment where she says, yeah, I do think he's a fascist. And I think that's why it had a reaction. Donald Trump, he, for whatever you think about him, if you like him, if you hate him, he is certainly who he is. He's
Before he finishes the statement, Charlemagne don't like him.
Showing us who he is every single day.
Yeah, which is a fascist. And it's crazy because you still don't have news networks having that conversation. Like when somebody says, when somebody questions Kamala Harris's blackness or is he a DEI hire, y'all will have roundtable discussions about that, asking that question. How come you're not having roundtable discussions asking, is Donald Trump a fascist? Actually, not even asking it, stating it. I mean, when you look at the things that he's talking about doing, jailing journalists, jailing his political opponents, turning the military on American citizens. The guy said he wanted to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. How come that is not the topic of discussion on networks like CNN every day?
But do you think that, I mean, you were raising this with Kamala Harris about her own authenticity, about her own willingness to just, say things that aren't crafted. Do you think she needs to do more of that? Trump.
Definitely. The both of them have holes in their campaign. All right. I can't even sit here and tell you, yeah, man, their campaigns are so solid. They're so solid because they both have holes in the campaign, right? And with that, they both are dishonest in some areas. Is one of them more honest than the other? I definitely think so.
So I think she needs to keep
Trump's
calling
going
Trump
to
a
go.
fascist.
Apparently, Trump's going on is going to tape a thing with Joe Rogan. Do you think she should do that?
I think that she should keep calling Donald Trump a fascist, and I think that Americans need to keep looking at the rhetoric.
So here's the thing. All right. 3 years ago, when this man did the interview with Diddy's point in that interview was how the racism still very much exists inside of our country. And he wasn't stating that Donald Trump was racist. He was because he's partied with him, right? Diddy's partied with him, been in the same room, had those chats, had chats with other people, seen how he operates, right? Judge Joe Brown, several other people have seen how that man Trump has operated to be like, all right, well, he's probably not racist. But a lot of the supporters, right? What Trump does is he brings in the people whom support old crap mentality. Not all, obviously, not all, but some with that still old mentality. So it makes it look like across the board, it's all one way. And that's not the case. Unfortunately, it's not the case.
Of Donald Trump, because I don't know why we're even thinking about electing somebody who's talking about putting people in camps. I don't know why why we want to elect somebody who's talking about mass deportation. I don't know why we're having this conversation about somebody who wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. Aren't we supposed to be a patriotic country? Whenever somebody like Colin Kaepernick takes a knee in this country, everybody talks about, oh, that's so unpatriotic. But a guy can say he wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election and nobody cares.
And
like even me bringing it up now,
So I will say this. Throughout the past, in multiple elections, they have found times where things were not right. And even in my life, okay, I remember an election taking place when I was younger, and it took them like 4 days to even figure out the votes because they said the machines messed up the count. There's even papers out there from the past that state that other people won, drew a vote, and they did not get elected. So,
you brought it back to Kamala and Joe Rogan. Anderson?
Yeah.
Who gives a damn?
Well, I mean, I think you give damn who's elected president, and I'm asking
that
you.
President is a fascist. That's talking about putting people in camps. That's talking about, once again, terminating the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. That's talking about, jailing his political opponents. Yeah. Like, that rhetoric doesn't scare people.
We talked about this every single. This is what
I don't think
I've been talking about this every night.
I don't think y'all have enough conversations about it. I feel like I heard more on this network about is Kamala Harris black than I do about, Donald Trump being a fascist.
Well, am I wrong, Angela? Honestly, that's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Oh, I like that.
That's
no, that is.
No, I'm not. Look, I'm a huge fan of yours.
Okay.
But to say that we're sitting around discussing is Kamala Harris black, like
I've seen that. I've seen those
that's
roundtable discussions a lot. Now
That's
that's
true.
Bullshit, Anderson. For you to say that y'all don't have those conversations.
I've never asked somebody is.
I'm not saying you. I said the network.
He said the network.
I don't think anyone I don't think any anchor on this network has been going around saying, "Is she black?"
Y'all have never had
definitely.
We have had. Look, I'm sure we have had, nutty people or people who have strongly held beliefs who I may disagree with, who somewhere on some panel have said something, but I will just speak up for what I do on the show. I do believe it's important to get people different viewpoints as long as they're willing to have a legitimate conversation. What I don't like are surrogates who come out.
So cutting him off for a second, you definitely should be getting different viewpoints from people because I feel like different viewpoints help you open up your eyes in different manners and ways. Because if you're just getting one view, for instance, all right, I've been calling this the popularity vote contest the whole time because they're really just been using stars and entertainers to pretty much fund the vote. So you have to, again, dive into what these policies really mean and what they really have going on because they don't talk about that stuff. They'll bring you 1 or 2 words of this and that, but they don't get into
and just spout talking points that they don't even believe, and those are people I tried to eliminate from having ever on the air again.
I think no network has honest conversations about Donald Trump. Nobody's had honest conversations about Donald Trump since 2016. I saw last night they were talking about,
Charlamagne, I don't think any network has had an honest conversation about anything. Let's be clear. And that includes y'all yourself. Just saying.
the double standard that exists between Donald Trump and the vice president, but it's always a double standard with Trump, whether it's with Hillary, whether it's, against Biden, now with Kamala. We talk about him being a threat to democracy, but we don't treat him like one.
I mean, I don't know what you've been watching, but I don't know of any Trump supporters out there or people who like him who are tuning in to me every night to try to get, to be validated in their opinions. I don't know. I don't know. I disagree.
I don't think it's about validating. What you mean, validating the Trump?
Well, you're saying that we're not, that I guess you're saying I'm not discussing all the things he is saying and doing and pointing it out and talking to, what John Kelly.
All right. These stations are all owned and paid for by a lot of the same people who pay for and support a lot of these political parties. Whether you know it or don't know it, whether you believe it or don't believe it, it's kind of what goes on.
I mean, this has been discussed. There's nobody, let me just say, there is nobody.
And best believe, right? Even Diddy himself has came out to tell people, and I got it in a clip. I would have to go digging and through some timeline things to find that for you. But even Diddy himself has came out to straight say, damn well the media can't put out what they want to put out.
On the planet who has not heard and seen pretty much everything Donald Trump has said and knows.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Well, knows who he is, whether they believe it or not, whether they care or not.
When the vice president said that to you last night, she said, "I don't think enough people know." I 100% believe enough people have not heard his rhetoric. What do you think, Angela?
I was just about to say, can y'all tag me in? I'm never doing this remote with y'all ever again.
Angela, yes. It's the problem of being on satellite. Yes.
I know, it is the problem. No, I was just going to say, I think what you're saying is fair, that there have been roundtable discussions where y'all raised this. I think the problem is it would be nice for, you to cut to camera and say, I'm looking right here, right now. Y'all, Kamala Harris is a Black woman. Right, let's move right along.
Yeah,
but I was going to say to your colleague's credit, Jay, right after the town hall,
if this country wasn't racist to begin with, why does it even matter if she was or wasn't a Black person running for president? Hello. Think about that, people. Just think about it, right? The thing with Obama when he ran was, we're going to have the first Black president. For those who don't understand, just for them to even put it out there in the media that the person is what they are, it already leads back to the racism. We shouldn't care. Let me break it down to you like this. If these two stood behind closed doors, no cameras, just audio, right? And you were to listen to what they would be saying based off of what they said, who would you pick then? If there was zero propaganda around it and all you had to do was listen to their policies, listen to what is going on and what they plan to do, and you had to make the decision on that, across the board, then it'd be even. The fact of the matter is, for the last 20 years, this country has been showing us the racism over and over and over again. Okay? And yeah, it came more to light when Donald Trump came into office because of his character and because they figured that it would be easier to make it a racist rant versus a political campaign. Now, like I said, if racism didn't matter, These two should be blindfolded, cameras off, behind closed doors, microphone on, and then we can pick who we like based off of what they say, period. I don't need to see him to go, oh yeah, this person's this, that person's that.
Yesterday, he said that you all had the opportunity to critique what Kamala Harris' policy proposals were, what her positions were, what her recommendations were, whether or not she answered a question fair enough, because ta-da, she's the only one that showed up for the town hall. Yeah. It was supposed to be a debate. He said that. I think that the point is we don't hear those things enough, and it has been a threat. We cannot say, oh, you know, Kamala is going on with Joe Rogan, or no, I'm sorry, Donald Trump is going on with Joe Rogan, but Kamala's choosing Club Shay Shay. Debate it. Like it's like, what is he going to say when he goes on?
Here's what I've been saying, which is it is a double standard because Kamala Harris has policies and she talks about her policies, and you may think she doesn't talk in detail enough about her policies, and plenty do. And I pushed her on that last night. I try to look at the policies from different, but she's got stated policies and you can look them up. Donald Trump does not have policies.
Oh, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and we say, I mean, this is nothing new. We talk about this all the time. He doesn't have.
Look, Charlamagne. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Finally. Like, yeah, but, you know.
He does not have his policy. In 2016, his policy for Iraq was taking Iraq's oil by using U.S. soldiers to surround the oil fields and extract the oil somehow and bring it to America. I mean, literally. And I was like, that's not a thing. So that's been going on now. That's what
you just did. What you just did is what I would like to hear more pundits do, because a lot of times we ask, we ask answers.
All right,
like we say things like, "Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?" Like I think we kind of got enough evidence to know that answer.
I'm not a pundit.
I mean, you still keep bringing up the fascist statement from it.
I'm not interested.
And that doesn't matter. Like that shit
I don't think my opinion is particularly interesting for viewers out there.
It doesn't matter. I'll tell you why it doesn't matter, right? Because if you don't think that George Bush was, you tripping. All right? You don't think George Bush Sr. believed in bull sugar and racism, then you tripping. If you don't think some of them presidents from back in the day didn't believe in it, and some of them actually owned and kept slaves, hello, it was there. It ain't changed.
I'm interested.
And it ain't gonna change. So it doesn't matter whether she's in office or he's in office. The racism inside of our United States won't change until they change how they pitch the narratives.
Disagree. Well, okay, you can quibble with it.
I disagree with that too.
You can quibble with it. But I believe in asking questions and probing people's arguments and trying to reveal people's arguments, what's true and what's not. And I'm not on MSNBC for a reason. I'm not on some other network for a reason. I'm on CNN because I want to talk to Republicans. I want to talk to Democrats, and I want to learn from them. I don't think I have the answers. I'm willing to change my mind. People can convince me of stuff all the time. I'm not I don't even know why I'm talking about myself. I don't even know what I'm talking about myself.
No, but Anderson,
but my point is,
I want to tell you this.
I think what we're doing here is important because I do think in this country where, you know what, I got so many. I don't look at comments about myself, but I was looking up some comments about my grief podcast, and I came across this whole inundation from people who are Harris supporters saying to me online today, like, how dare you, what a betrayal that you would ask her these questions.
No,
and I'm like,
you
misunderstand what my job is. I'm not on MSNBC, and no disrespect. What they do is they're very talented, but I don't watch it. I'm not interested in watching what these overpaid blow-dried anchors think, and I include myself in that overpaid blow dried, although I don't blow dry. I am overpaid, but I don't want that. I'm not.
At least he kept it real. He kept it real, right? Yeah, he kept it real. That's all we ask.
I'm not interested in the anchor's opinion. I'm interested in facts and letting the view.
Now the question is, why are they overpaid? You ask yourself that? Why are they overpaid? They're overpaid because they know they got stories to push and promote in certain agendas.
Viewers make up their own mind. So anyway, I'm sorry this devolved into something
else. I like that you said that, but I will just say in this moment, some of what we're talking about tonight, Anderson, is not actually an opinion at all. It is just the facts. And you are one of the most trusted voices on television. And it is important in those moments where those conversations devolve into nonsense, particularly on the other side of the
That's
aisle.
right.
Their conspiracy theory, they won't even say her name right. That has to be checked in the moment, because that is what fascism looks like. That is how we start sliding down a very slippery slope, and we cannot afford to be here. The election is 12 days away, and this should not be even what is on the ballot, but democracy's on the line. That is not a partisan issue. It is the truth. And I think that's what's important for cable news networks in particular to be saying, whether you're on Fox, you're on CNN, or you're on MSNBC. For all of us, that is our responsibility and our patriotic duty.
And now that I know you can.
Unfortunately, even though it is and should be a responsibility and a patriotic duty to do that, basically do what you're supposed to do and tell certain things like you should tell them, I don't think that it happens. I think they do a better job at telling us a crock of crap.
Literally call bullshit. I want to hear it more.
Charlamagne the God, thank you, Angela Rye. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I appreciate
Anderson.
it.
All right. So yeah, with that being said, look, there's not much more I can say on the topic. Charlamagne, I do feel like, is one-sided in general. I feel like I don't care who the hell the candidates could have been. I feel like he's one-sided in general, and that he's always been on the Democratic Party for years. He was, just the way it's been. I think that Charlamagne seen that one person was one thing of color, back in the early 2000s, and since then he's been riding the wave. I also feel like that's his job. So, he does a job of keeping up the others. Let's see. Damn, that girl got a Barbie doll out. All right. Apparently DJ Academics collapses after seeing Lil Durk's mugshot. I mean, I don't know, So Durk's key card just got yanked from the city. They keep giving out all these sea kitty. Man, damn, he didn't even get to go to trial yet, and they yanked his stuff quick. So, see, Durk has also been a devoted Muslim as of late. I don't know if y'all know. All right. He's been out there doing all the praying and keeping up. He has been doing some stuff with the city and trying. So, damn, they hit the U-turn on Friday. That was quick. Damn, he just got key to Chicago, Brownsville, and Bella on October 18th. Bro, that was 5 days ago. What? Let's see. From the Village, Katrina Thomas, innocent until, while American system justice grants everybody the presumption of innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, the Village of Broadview, in the court's public opinion of residents, has higher moral and ethics standards of behavior. Our public partners must also reflect the same. Given the news of Lil Durk Banks has been arrested in Florida, charged with murder for hits. Partnership agreement, Neighborhood Heroes Foundation as mayor, protecting the investments in the residents is one. Yeah, man. Just starting, but it's not looking good. We're going to see what continues to happen with him in the wakes of all of this. Let me see. In the wakes of all it, but since I missed it yesterday, let me see if I can find it right now for you. Let's see if we can find it for you right now. All right. Let me see. I was telling him, I was not telling him. So 50 Cent shared some advice. Yeah. 1 second. I'll read it out to y'all. All right. I'll read it out to you. So basically, 50 Cent was sharing some advice with Drake. 50 Cent reveals the advice he gave Drake during a heated argument. All right. And with that being said, if he was in a heated argument with him and they were sharing advice, let's see what he had to say. It says that 50 Cent has shared advice with Drake during the rapper's feud with Kendrick Lamar. Now, that 49-year-old rapper revealed some wisdom on the Hotline Bling artist for Drake. You see, I think that Drake, his pride got touched just a little bit throughout this beef that he had with Kendrick. I will say though, here, let me take y'all to the screen that I'm reading now so you can 1 second, get y'all to the screen we're reading right now. That way you can see it. All right, so infamous rap beef with Lamar earlier. While Drake's real name, Aubrey Graham, and Lamar have taken shots at each other. Lamar's diss track racked up more than 10 million views on YouTube in a matter of hours. Damn. Reaching 300 million streams on Spotify. That's nuts. So Drake lost that one in the numbers completely. I was telling him it was not him. I was listening to the outskirts. And what you do, don't let yourself think that for a second. He recalled billboards on some real ish. I said, they said you lost. Okay. Well, did you lose? Exactly what did you lose if he got 300 and something million on his last tour? You ain't lose a bleeping thing. I mean, and in that aspect, 50, you right. He didn't. But like I said, that boy pride got touched. That's where he feels like he hurt. He continued that if it's a moment, you keep your creative energy right in the right place, keep creating. It'll show you because how you feel, what the bleep isn't good. You get it figured out. That's what's wrong. That's blank was good for hip hop. It made both of them create more qualified masterpieces. And I will say it did. And it was good for hip hop. And everybody enjoyed it. But like this man said, the masters wanted to see this man go. And now he's doing other genre stuff other than hitting up with old girly girl, Sexy Red. With that being said, 50, thank you for giving Drake some advice. You know, I don't think you can help him on his pride issue, but realistically, he ain't lose nothing but the battle. Who's that? Lil Durk. We still, Lil Durk, like I said, got picked up. We hope that we hope all of that works itself out, honestly. Once I find that video of, here, let me send y'all something before I get up off here. But once I find that video of Lil Durk doing his stuff and that, his choice of his sale was to go to jail, I'll be sure to put that up. But before we take off, all right, I want you to take a look at this before we take off. Lil Durk's snitch was an OTF member. He was exposed for wearing a wire. OTF Jam alleged war for years. He previously served 12. So, Lil Durk arrested. Yup. Bang. The messed up part. Y'all read that they already had a snitch, which surfaced in the courts, claims that men orchestrated the hit. Yeah, we got that. All right, so be careful. This man, they say, is snitching. Document 1 filed co-cooperator. I would place bounties on individuals, co-cooperator, and OFT wanted them killed. Yeah, man. Look at that. It ain't looking good for him, as even more crap just seems to come out. We're gonna dive into it. I'm gonna try and pull up some of the documents and see what's going on those for you to be able to see. But got some things to go do. Thank you if you stopped by. Thank you if you catch it late. Thank you. Go ahead and enjoy your day for watching the Twisted Tea, where we like to bring you the news with a twist. Bang. And with that being said, feel free to check in when we check in later. Y'all take care, okay? Peace out.